Hello and welcome to another episode of GoodCast, a podcast produced by Goodwill North Central Texas, where we take a closer look at the story behind the store and highlight successes made possible thanks to the generous donations of everyday people. I'm your host, Justin, and this is our first episode of the new year. I hope you all had a fantastic start to 2022, and you're excited to hear all the stories we've got ready for you this year. Speaking of New Year, let's talk resolutions. While they're not as commonplace nowadays, New Year's resolutions and soft goals are a great way to increase your skill set, pick up new hobbies, and gain confidence in an exciting way. And if you're determined to pick up a new practical skill or certification, Goodwill's got you covered. Now, we've talked about a couple of Goodwill's educational opportunities before, but for this episode, we're going to do a real deep dive on just a few of the programs available and see those lessons in action. So let's get started. One of the most exciting parts about the holiday season for me is all the new tech that gets introduced to the family, followed by hours of explaining how iTunes works to my grandpa. I'll admit that I'm not the best teacher when it comes to digital learning, but it's something our digital skills trainers excel at. Goodwill's Digital Career Accelerator offers a huge array of classes for people in our community with a varying level of skill sets. You can learn computer basics like email, word processing, and job searching, or if you want to beef up your resume, you could take the Microsoft Office certification program. And with one of the coolest partnerships in the Metroplex, you can attend classes taught by Goodwill staff and representatives from Google. This year, as part of their Grow with Google initiative, our Digital Career Accelerator is hosting classes from now through May that cover topics like resume building, collaborating and working remotely, and basic lessons covering the entire Google suite of programs like Docs, Meet, and more. I'll give you more info on how to register for those events, but first, let's see how the Microsoft Office certification helped make a difference in Tassie Rogers' career path. Tassie currently works as the receptionist at our front desk and came to Goodwill as a TEP worker after being incarcerated. You might remember her as the person who found Toki, the albino snake, from our first Halloween special.
I worked in the warehouse and I did recycling. I actually learned every machine in the outlet, and then I got a promotion to e-commerce where I listed books, and then from there I went to corporate receptionist. I had made a plan in my mind that that's where I was going to be, and I wasn't going to give up until I got over to corporate. The Microsoft certification, because they're self-paced and I could do them anytime that I wanted or anytime that I had time to. I could do them after work, I could do it before work, I could do it on my lunch break. I was able to learn at my speed. I got my Word certification and my Excel certification.
I mean, I'm really good at Excel and I do accounting, but she can do things that I don't do that I need help with.
The last person in that clip was Tassie's sister Monica, who spoke wonders about Tassie's increased confidence in her abilities. Another good thing to know about the Digital Career Accelerator program is that many of the courses mentioned previously, like the Grow with Google classes, are free to the public, and scholarship opportunities are available for the Microsoft Office certification. For more information about those upcoming Google events, you can visit goodwillnorthcentraltexas.org/DCA or call our team at 817-332-7866, extension 2188. Keeping this digital skills train rolling, let's talk about Goodwill's Leadership Academy, which I don't think we've mentioned yet. Goodwill's Leadership Academy helps individuals earn career certifications in a multitude of fields. Last time I counted, there were 35 course options, but since then, they've expanded exponentially.
Hello, my name is Bradley Lake, and I'm the Opportunity Accelerator Specialist for Goodwill North Central Texas. I work with the Goodwill Leadership Program, and I'll also work with the Good Ed program. We provide opportunities to get national certification and credentials to advance job careers. And then the Good Ed program is a program for people who are looking for a high school diploma. Probably 95% of our programs lead to a national certification, and that can be in the medical, it can be in the business, it can be in the technical. We have many opportunities. We have 97 courses to choose from, and that will just, in the long run, make you more hireable and make you more progression through your career. Goodwill North Central Texas looks at the job market in the area and the DFW surrounding areas, and then we also get national reports to say what the hot jobs in the areas are. So what we do is we focus on those careers and we update that information as we go, and we see which jobs are hireable, which jobs are in demand, and which is the up-and-coming structure of our communities, which these jobs can help our communities.
You can become certified in arts and creative programs, hospitality, health and fitness, legal courses, and more. Most of these courses can be completed within a year and come with vouchers that can be used to take certification tests afterwards. I recently completed the Adobe Associate certification course, which provided hands-on teaching material for Adobe Photoshop, Illustrator, and a couple other production softwares. You also receive access to course instructors who can help you overcome any obstacles or areas where you might be struggling throughout. Shout out to Kiana over at Ed2Go, who was super helpful with answering my questions about the certification process. Your other option for certification opportunities with Goodwill include enrolling in the North Texas Institute for Career Development. NTI offers both virtual and in-person courses. We talked all about the CDL program previously, but I'll go ahead and share a recent success story because, they make me happy. Nisha Brown started her CDL training in November 2020 and passed her driver's exam the following March, determined to start a new career path and focus on her personal development. Soon after, she began her job search with Goodwill staff. Together, they created a standout resume for her using Indeed's skills-based assessments. Despite her initial hesitation with the platform, Nisha quickly discovered how easy it was to apply for jobs and gain results using the knowledge she had gained. She applied for more than 20 driver's positions and found her place with Trans Am Trucking. Now she's traveling across the country for her job with hopes of one day earning a business degree and starting a company of her own. In addition to the CDL program, NTI offers a medical billing and coding certification and CompTIA classes for people interested in working in IT. There's also a forklift certificate of training that can be earned in 4 hours. Many E-Squared students go through this program as part of their job skills development training. Here to talk more about the IT course's impact is Goodwill's own Cody Tovar.
My name is Cody Tovar. I am system administrator. I've been with Goodwill for 8 years, and I've been here since I was a teenager when computer works, and worked for e-com for about a year, and then I got into IT, and from there, this is where I'm at. What I like about Goodwill is being able to troubleshoot things here and the awesome training that Goodwill has provided for me. I've had 2 certifications which Goodwill had paid for, and it's helped me grow in my profession and into the position I'm in today.
Okay, so we've covered the ins and outs of quite a few programs available to folks looking to add to their skill set. But what makes these courses stand out from the crowd? For that, we have to turn back to Ronaldo Williams, our Senior Director of Workforce Development.
Outside of the placement assistance, outside of the support that we provide the students throughout the process, outside of the relationships that we have in the community with our partners and funders so that we get those referrals in, I think our program, what makes it different is that it is student-centered. So for me, when I work with our NTI staff or our Leadership Academy staff or the JRCs, for me, it always starts with customer service. Right. And making sure that you're listening and responding to the request of the individual as opposed to going through a list of things that we do. Right. There's some things that we need to get done, but if you listen to the student or you listen to the client, you know what they need. At the end of the day, you meet your outcomes because your client is happy and they stay focused.
And with that, we'll go ahead and wrap up this episode for today, and hopefully you've got the tools or at least an idea of where to start for all your skills-based goals in 2022. I'd actually be super interested to hear what all you're excited about for this year, either for the show or your own goals and accomplishments. I'll keep you posted on how those Adobe tests will go, but I'm feeling pretty good about my chances. Thank you all so much for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode. You have been listening to GoodCast, a podcast produced by Goodwill North Central Texas. To stay up to date on all things Goodwill NCT, be sure to check out our social media and sign up for our newsletter. And if you have a second, we'd appreciate it if you could share the show with a friend or leave us a review on iTunes. It is the fastest way to help the show grow. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you find podcasts.